All right, we're going to try this again. People that weren't with us a second ago have no idea what I'm talking about, but we are getting ready here for the Legends Bowl, the All-Star game in the RXFL season. This should be a fun one between the National Conference and the American Conference. We haven't had a lot of opportunities to do these over the years. I remember back when we were playing this on 2K5 that we did a little All-Star game there. I got all those tucked away on VHS. Maybe I can get those uploaded somehow. I don't know. And then I remember we did one with when we were doing our Huntington Beach Killer Whales on 2K8. But I don't have that footage of that particular All-Star game. But we tried to put a couple of these together. But now we have the opportunity to do it here. It's the All-Star game. We call it the Legends Bowl. And it's going to be quite the battle here on this afternoon. Big thank you to our Patreon supporters here. We are streaming to you August 20th. It is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Give me a follow for my birthday. Support us on the different streaming platforms here. We are going to do just this one game today. We're going to save the Ultra Bowl for another day when we can sit down and go full steam ahead. So as you know, no Husky players are going to be involved and no Rhinos players are going to be involved. Jim Kelly, Lamar Jackson company, they're getting ready for the Ultra Bowl. But we got the Legends Bowl here, the All-Star game, so we'll take a look at the rosters. I'm going to try my best to get everyone involved in the game. What I'm planning on doing is, because Madden does not do mass substitutions in the Pro Bowl game, and they don't allow you to do mass substitutions, is in between, I will have all the starters play for the first half. You've been named the starter, you get to play for the first half. When we stop the episode to go into part 2, I'll bring in the backup players, and then for the fourth quarter, I'll bring in the players that were voted to the third string here. You're going to see some unique helmets in this game as well, because obviously Madden does not know that we're doing a relocation custom football league. So a lot of teams like the Dallas Desperados, where we put them in a white helmet with the blue star, they're obviously going to default to the silver helmet with the blue star of the Dallas Cowboys. Same thing with the Tampa Bay Mutiny. They don't know that we wear the creamsicle, so they're going to have the old pewter and red. It's going to be kind of cool. Almost think of it like a Senior Bowl, or more so the East-West Shrine game, where players trade stickers and you have different colored helmets. It's going to do the same for our relocation teams too, because Madden also does not take into account which helmet you picked for your relocation team. So you're going to see teams with different colored helmets, because they tend to take the first uniform option and make that the helmet in the All-Star game rather than the team that you picked. Which, all that to be said, why not just give you all the color helmets that you want when you play with the team throughout the season, give you the multiple colored, but that's neither here nor there, and they took those options away from us in Madden 24. All right, next time we stream, it's going to be the Ultra Bowl. We're going to make our announcement for Season 2 of the RXFL, but let's take a quick look at the rosters. So a couple of guys, obviously, that don't wish they were here. They wish they were playing in the Ultra Bowl, but it's going to be Russell Wilson of the 15-1, I guess technically now 15-2. Lumberjacks, he's going to get the start going up against John Elway of the London Monarchs. So Russell Wilson, John Elway, your starter. Coming in, second string, Slingin' Sammy. I'm not going to go through every single name. We'll be here all day. But Slingin' Sammy of Mexico City is going to go toe-to-toe with Michael Vick of the Austin Armadillos. So you see a lot of your playoff quarterbacks that kind of feel bummed that they're not going on, and these are all playoff quarterbacks, and to round it out, they're going to be going for the win. It's going to be the LA Kisses, Terry Bradshaw against Brett Favre of the Dallas Desperados. You got LT and Earl Campbell, Chuck Muncie, Walter Payton, Gale Sayers, Chuck Foreman, Bronco Nagurski in the mix as well. Larry Zonka as well in there. Lynn Swan, Randy Moss coming off of the disappointing effort of the Redwoods. He's going to be your starter. Julio Jones, Michael Irvin. You got Harold Jackson and Curtis in there. You got Reggie Wayne and Stephon Diggs, Joe Horn, Ed McCaffrey, Dante Lavelli, Wes Welker, Marcellus Bennett, Travis Kelce, and we'll kind of just go down the list here. Willie Rolfe, classic from the Saints back in the day. Let's see what else we got here. We got Julius Peppers, Howie Long, Reggie White, Khalil Mack. So, I mean, you thought the RXFL rosters were stacked. They're about to get even more stacked. There's Mean Joe Green. Aaron Donald, Paul Peluzny, Von Miller, Mike Vrabel. Which one of them? I mean, look at the 90s up and down here. Derek Thomas and Derek Brooks. There's LT getting in the mix. Jarrell Revis. We got Mel Renfro out there. We got the Legion of Boom and Earl Thomas. We got Swearinger, Rodney Harrison, a couple Super Bowls to his name. And we got, what kicker is that's ranked 67? Jay Brown. Who is Jay Brown? I got to look that up. And Mosley, as well as Lindetta and Morstead. Let me look at the kickers real quick. Who is Jay Brown? That's a 76 that got in to the game here. That's somewhat surprising. Yeah. Or I guess is there not a way to just look at? Yeah, we need to go to stats. We need to look at the stats here. There we go. Good Lord. The menus. Player stats, kickers. The entire league. Who is the 67 kicker that made it in? Jay Brown. So there's Mosley, who made it in, obviously. Your Premian is going to be in the championship game. So Mosley, we saw he's going to be in there. Wershing didn't get in, which I'm not sure why. I mean, he was just about perfect. He missed one kick all year. Most of these kickers, I mean, they're legendary kickers, but they're all pretty good. Is that our guy Jonathan Brown that made it in? That's a 60. There it is, Jonathan Brown. Okay. So Jonathan Brown of the Pittsburgh Sting, 22 of 26, only 84% kicks. Maybe because is it a conference thing? Because on the national side, I guess that's why you had Mosley, so you had to pick one from the American side. But then you got Baronis here, who is 93%. You got Justin Tucker, who is 92. I'm guessing they're going off of 22 kicks made versus the percentage, but I don't know. There you go. There's your first snub, I suppose, in the Legends Bowl. Now, one thing too that we're gonna have to deal with that I prefer that we didn't is I wish the uniforms were the red and the blue, which they were when this game came out. EA put out an update and updated to the black and gold uniforms, which they had worn, but then they messed it up because you're going to see the Pro Bowl patch on top of like the logo, the NFL logo and everything. So of course they tried to, I don't mind that they gave us an update, but I wish they didn't take the red and blue uniforms away from us. Give us the option of which ones we want to wear, the red and blue or the black and gold. As a longtime fan of the Pro Bowl, that's very sad that it's gone. I prefer the red and blue uniforms and not particularly the black and gold or when they would do stuff like that. And that's what we got. So that's just, I don't know, maybe other people don't care, but that's what we got to deal with here. So let's jump into it. It is the American Conference and the National Conference coming your way. The Legends Bowl. The, I guess I wouldn't say inaugural Legends Bowl, but the first Legends Bowl in a long time. Because, like I said, we did one way back in Season 1, and I think we sprinkled some in from time to time, but definitely we haven't done one since we've been on 2K8. So, yeah. I mean, you're going to see a who's who mixing it up. Walter Payton, Gale Sayers. And here we go. Who will reign supreme as we are just days away from the Ultra Bowl. And we're going to make our announcement about Season 2, plans for Season 2 coming up here. The Toronto Huskies and the St. Louis Rhinos. And we are in Orlando, Florida, home of the Orlando Wizards. I don't know if there are any Wizards that made the roster. I'll have to keep an eye out, but you can kind of see already. You can see a gold a gold Egyptian's helmet, which is not correct. But like I said, you're going to see some interesting looks. That's the Tennessee Oilers, obviously. But we'll just pretend they traded stickers. They traded different colors and stuff like that. So we see a lot of Benjamins out there. Quite a few Philadelphia Benjamins. There's New York Shamrocks. See Terry Bradshaw coming out. Khalil Mack of the Philadelphia Benjamins typically would wear the Kelly green, but they're wearing some alternates. And there's a red look for Mexico City, which is not their normal look either. They have the white helmet. So that's why I said you're going to see some different looks than what you would normally see here in this RXFL. And there's Sean Payton, a disappointed Sean Payton. And it must be cold here in Orlando. I mean, I know it's January, but... So Mosley with his red Legends Bowl helmet set to kick this one off. And we are about to be underway here for the Legends Bowl. So the National is going to get this one first. Or no, that's the American is going to get this one first. So that's why I'm the black and red. Kind of mixes me up. But it's going to be the American Conference taking the field first. Sean Payton happy with that stop. And here comes John Elway of the London Monarchs. Pretty solid season. 5,000 yards passing with 41 touchdowns. And there you can see where I told you with this new update they did. They put the logo right on the Pro Bowl logo, which is kind of annoying. So I hate that, but that's what we got to deal with. And I prefer, like I said, the red and blue versus the black and gold, because you can't even really see the names on the back. So either way, here we go. The Legends Bowl, and they're going to start empty set. John Elway, first throw of the game out to Michael Irvin of the London Bulldogs. And pass is completed. So we'll see what kind of excitement, what kind of high scoring we got in the mix here. I gotta look at a couple of 34s in the backfield, and it's going to be the handoff to Campbell of the Pittsburgh Sting, who gets driven out of bounds by a Chicago Wolverine. So Earl Campbell doing his thing early on here. And the American Conference starting off strong. They're already just past midfield. Elway again gives it to Campbell of the Pittsburgh Sting. And he nearly picked up the first down. You see a lumberjack, and again, normally they wear the brown helmet, but it's a chance to see some alternate looks, some alternate help. I'm just happy we have a all-star game in there, because for many years we didn't, so I'm just happy we do. And I'm a sucker for the all-star game, I will say that. It is one of my favorite things to play. So, just playing with all the best players. So, the American Conference, Elway looking good, and he has something to prove here. Man, you can see the smoke. This is cold for Orlando, huh? Elway's got something to prove after their exit from the postseason. Connects with Randy Moss of the Redwoods, who also feels like he's got something to prove in this one. So, Elway to Randy Moss. And the American Conference in a big way. You're going to see a lot of guys that feel like they got eliminated from the postseason before their time that are coming out here in a big way, looking to prove something. Elway tried to take off, and he gets brought down by Childress of the Chicago Cougars. Good coverage from the National Conference. And Elway unable to find an open man, and had that opening and tried to take off, but well, that gap closed in on him. It just sucked him right in. So we'll go to a 2nd and goal back at the 13-yard line here. Go ahead and give me another follow on Twitch. I fixed the follow thing, so it won't be massive. It's a decent size now, so you want to see your name pop up on screen? Go ahead and give us that follow there. 3rd and goal for the American Conference. Handoff, Campbell does not get in. Childress stops him again, and it's 4th down. American Conference is going to go for it, folks. Look at this. We have our first big play of the Legends Bowl. Elway from the gun. Wide open is Michael Irvin. Touchdown, American Conference. Touchdown, London Bulldogs. And the American Conference strikes first in the Legends Bowl. God, I thought we froze for a second. Well, here's Brown of the Pittsburgh Sting. The snub pick, the controversial pick, but he boots it through. The American Conference up 7-0 here. Again, the starters, the players that were voted in as the starters are going to play the entire first half. Then second and third string will get the third quarter and the fourth quarter. There's Isaac Bruce of the Atlanta Dirty Birds, and here comes Russell Wilson. Disappointing exit from the postseason. 15-1. People thought they were going to ride on to the Ultra Bowl, and they got bounced. They got eliminated. So he's a man that's got something to prove here, as he was taken to task at the hands of the St. Louis Rhinos. So we'll see what Russell Wilson does here with his National Conference squad. Wilson finds wide open Julio Jones of the Tampa Bay Mutiny, and that's going to be a first down. We haven't seen any rosters yet, right? Don't they normally show the rosters? Handoff LaDainian Tomlinson of the Philadelphia Benjamins. A lot of Benjamins out there. It's a team that didn't make the postseason, but when they're coming out of the tunnel, you saw a lot of Benjamin players. Give once again to LT, and that's a first down. Pushing past a Houston Voyager. They hit hard. They're hitting hard in the Legends Bowl. This ain't your typical Pro Bowl. These guys got something to prove. And Mean Joe Green of the Tennessee Oilers coming in and getting the sack. I know the helmet. We really got to use our imagination for this one. But, oh, my God, Mean Joe Green, untouched. Only in the Legends Bowl are you going to see Mean Joe Green come in, get the QB sack on Russell Wilson. That's kind of what happened to him as well. That is what happened to Russell Wilson in the national championship game. It's just stuff like that, getting beat up, getting hit. And here he comes again and could not get rid of the football. And Mike Singletary, the Houston Voyagers, comes in and gets the sack. So again, Russell Wilson goes down. And he's starting to suffer the same fortune that he had in the national championship game. National O-line not doing him any favors right now. Wilson once again goes down. Is that Mean Joe again? Yes, it is. 3 consecutive sacks. The Tennessee Oilers getting some love right now. And the National Conference punts this one away. Wow, that was Mean Joe Green and company coming in with the sacks. So that punt, it will sit at the 9. And that is where we'll see John Elway and crew come over for their next possession here in the Legends Bowl. High formation here, the give to Earl Campbell. Campbell gets met by Philadelphia Benjamin. Charles Woodson, or Rod Woodson, rather. So it brings up second down and 2. Quick pass out to Randy Moss, and, well, there's Woodson again. These Benjamin players representing here in the Legends Bowl. They're a team we got to decide if we're going to bring them over, because when we go to the new game eventually, there's all these new cities, so some of the NFL teams we can get rid of. I don't know if oh, intercepted! Earl Thomas of the Chicago Wolverines. He's been a monster all season long, coming up again with that INT. Nice. And that's, I think a little miscommunication there is players that don't play together that often. You see Lynn Swan, Russell Wilson, the defense says, all right, we gave you one. Get some points on the board here. Get us something. They're about to bring the heat. Russell Wilson out of the gun. The give to LT. And Tomlinson gets a handful. Now we're going to look at the rosters. My God, the first quarter is almost over. Here you go. National Conference. Jonathan Ogden. You guys know him. Lynn Swann, Chuck Muncie, LT. Julio Jones. 77 yards of offense so far for the American Conference. Russell Wilson rolling out. He's got some room. It's the last game of the season, so why not put your body on the line? Going toe-to-toe. You get a number of Houston Voyagers out there. It's interesting to see the players or the teams that, like the Voyagers and the Benjamins, that are well represented here that didn't make the playoffs. So it's obviously they had a lot of players that had a lot of respect and stuff, but the team just couldn't pull it together. And there's a London Bulldog coming in and getting the stop. Second down and 7. Wilson, slant, Lynn Swann of the Vegas Firebirds, and it is a touchdown. There you go. We're going to have competition yet here in the Legends Bowl. The great Lynn Swann, and that's another team that felt like they way underperformed. And that's just been the story of that team, I mean, for 6 years now. 5 years in Omaha, now moving out to Vegas. And they might move back to Omaha, because in the new Madden, Omaha is an option. And now the Raiders are in Vegas, so maybe the LA Kiss will go to Vegas, and the Firebirds will go back to Omaha. Not sure, but we're into the second quarter now. So this will be the end of this episode after this, and the end of these starters as well. Ricky Waters of the Tennessee Oilers on the kick return there. And we will see John Elway's response from the INT that was thrown. Back to the ground game to Earl Campbell. And Rod Woodson, he is all over the field. Rod Woodson will get involved in every play. They will fake it to Earl Campbell. Elway, and looking for Chris Cooley. So you see those Redwood players out there, Cooley and Randy Moss. And look at this, 3rd and inches. They're going to go, they're not empty, but they're going to go shotgun here. So the American Conference continuing to throw the ball, and there's Randy Moss again, the Redwoods. And you see Redwoods offensive linemen, well represented.
Here we go.
I think it's completely documented, of course. We said it on all the different streams. The Redwoods, how they were 8-2, fell to 8-8. They made it all the way to the conference championship, a team that had obviously all the tools, all the players to put this thing together, and something just didn't click, and that's something they got to figure out going into next season. Elway, plenty of time, going deep, and completes it out to Curtis. New York Shamrocks. Isaac Curtis.
Ready. Spike 56. Not here. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
High formation here, back to pass. Elway takes his first sack of the game, and it's Khalil Mack. Philadelphia Benjamins, man, they're making a run maybe at next year between Khalil Mack and Rod Woodson here, making their names known. We're saying Benjamins all day long in this game. Get the money going, Philly. Might have a big year, too, coming up here. 2nd and 17, Elway. Randy Moss, did he get both feet down? No, he did not. That's something that's sometimes is a struggle in Madden, as the receivers don't always try to get their feet down on plays where it feels like they could. Play action fake here. Elway go into the corner. Stephon Diggs, and it's once again Rod Woodson of the Philadelphia Benjamins. So at the 46-yard line, how big of a kick would this be? It's the All-Star game, so, you know, we're going to do fun stuff. 63-yarder? Why not? 63-yard kick here. We got our 67-ranked kicker from the Pittsburgh Sting. Oh, God, that accuracy. Well, the accuracy wasn't there. He might have had the leg, but they tried. There's Michael Vick. You're going to see Michael Vick get some action later on here. So good field position. Now you see what Russell Wilson has dealt with in this game so far, but they're going to get good field position. Like I said, it's the Legends game. It's the All-Star game, so you're going to see, I mean, a chance to kick a 63-yarder. You're going to see players do that. Oh, LT! My God, that should have been, who was that got juked? Singletary comes in and brings LaDainian Tomlinson out of bounds of the Philadelphia Benjamins. Who got out-juked? I couldn't get a name. It was someone from the New England Nightmare, number 36. There's so many duplicate numbers. Oh, my God, the ankle break. A New England Nightmare player with shattered ankles right now. I feel like we've seen a lot of offense, but only 7 points apiece here. Wilson. Oh, my goodness, and that one was nearly caught by the Dallas Desperado. Look at this, stacking the line here. Wilson changing things up. He's going to go quick pass, reading that offense. Julio Jones of the Tampa Bay Mutiny. Another team that felt like, for as good as they were this year, underperformed, where they had a pretty solid record and then just kind of faltered down the stretch. Draw play to LT. And there you see a Lancer and a Voyager. 2nd and 9. Back to LaDainian Tomlinson. Finds the opening. And he's pulled down by it's going so fast, it's hard to see, but it's a North Florida Cheetah. Good to see one of them represented. They had a rough season. Tim Tebow's ownership group, the Gainesville Clash. So LT picks up the first down, and here's the National Conference. Wilson, quick one, incomplete. What are you doing throwing the ball with Russell Wilson on the 1-yard line? Come on. Haven't you guys learned anything? 2nd and goal back to LT, and he's sandwiched hard. We're seeing Singletary get in there quite a bit. Big number 50 of the Houston Voyagers. So 3rd and goal. And Wilson could not get rid of the football. And there's Anderson of the North Florida Cheetahs. Coming around the edge. Wilson doesn't see it. They got to go for the field goal here. So a couple of Mexico City players out there. You see Slinging Sammy holding it. And Mosley kicks it through for the Golden Eagles and the National Conference. 10-7 National Conference here over the American Conference. We'll see how many drives we get left out of this one. Ricky Waters talking with a fellow Tampa Bay Mutiny player. And we're winding down on our number of possessions for the starting lineup here. Play action fake, Elway. We've seen a big impact from Randy Moss. I mean, to be expected, right? My goodness. You think it's going to be some time. It won't be too long that you see that Redwoods team in a championship game. They got a great roster. Earl Campbell to the outside, hit in the corner and driven out of bounds by, I believe that was Earl Thomas of the Chicago Wolverines. So Pittsburgh Sting, another team that's well represented here on the starting lineup that didn't have the most successful season in the world. Sid Luckman leading the way there, and Elway gets brought down by Lawrence Taylor. That goal, was that even an option, the gold helmet with the Egyptians? That's kind of slick. I have to go back and look at my Egyptians. Let me look real quick while I got my phone, because that's kind of cool. Memphis Madden. I don't remember the gold helmet being an option. Well, I guess on the third uniform there it was. So it's the third uniform look. Elway under pressure just gets rid of it to Campbell, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, the third style of the Memphis Egypt, but it doesn't even look gold in this picture. It looks yellow.
Get him, boy! Get him, boys!
Maybe I picked the wrong Egyptian uniform, because that gold does look slick. I like how that looks. Either way, well, all right. This is the American Conference. Whoops. Timeout. Picked the wrong play. What are the options? We had the Memphis Hounds. Those are kind of slick too. The orange and blue. We don't have too much orange here in the RXFL, do we? I mean, you have the Mutiny, right? Trying to think of the different orange teams. Elway on third down and long. And Sanders cannot hang on to it. Will they tempt another deep kick? No, they will not. They'll punt this one away. So, what do you guys think? Elway and Wilson. Do you think either one of them played their strongest that they could have played? They both had some good drives in there, but I think these defenses stifled these guys. Stifle. All in the family. Stifle, Edith, stifle. All right, they're going to have to go quick here. Minute 46.
56 is the mic. I'm on.
Wilson pressured. He gets rid of it to Hunter Henry of the Dallas Desperados. American Conference wants to add on to their lead before they get into the half here. Quick one from Wilson, and that is picked off. Oklahoma City Lancers represented. Well, I think we're kind of seeing some of the performance from the conference championship pull over here, because, I mean, Russell Wilson, I don't know if he's had any kind of moments of brilliance. He's got the 10 points, obviously, but that is not Earl Campbell that we're looking at right now, so it was Mean Joe Green. Either way.
Okay, ready? 52, right 52. Hey, I'm coming.
Elway to the end zone. And who else back there but Charles Woodson? Charles Woodson having a Legends Bowl to remember, guys. Come on. Charles Woodson making sure you remember this day. Out to Michael Irvin. He is tackled inbounds. You see Earl Thomas out there. Less than a minute to play. Elway, first down. Sanders stays on his feet, pushing forward and nearly into the end zone. The Los Angeles Kiss. We're going to see Terry Bradshaw coming in a little bit later as well. They're going to be looking for Earl Campbell to drive this one into the end zone. Earl Campbell, touchdown. Pittsburgh Sting, touchdown, American Conference. Let's see Dublin out there. No Wizards. We're in Orlando, Florida. Where's the Wizard representation here? Our game keeps freezing. I don't know if that's a side effect of all the different helmets or if we're just having a day, but extra point is good. Some Cougars and Mutiny players talking on the sideline here. So you still got 3 timeouts. You got 39 seconds, and obviously an opportunity here, per usual, to get into field goal range.
Let's go. Let's do
So far, I'd say Voyager players, they want us to play conservative. Voyager players and Philadelphia Benjamin players have made a pretty big impact in this ball game. Even the Pittsburgh Sting as well represented. These were guys that had rough seasons. Wilson. Throw. Are you kidding me? I can't throw the ball. I literally couldn't throw the ball. Could you hear me hitting the button? And then I accidentally spiked the ball, so I wasted even more time. The game would not let me throw the ball. I was trying to throw the ball to circle. Oh my God, we're glitching out here. So we'll pretend I was trying to throw the ball right here. I'm curious. Rewind. It was Julio Jones. Rewind and see if you can hear me hitting the button. And then I tried to hit other buttons. I'm like, okay, if circle doesn't work, let me try square. Let me try. None of the buttons worked. Oh my God. So we'll just pretend. We'll pretend that there was a catch and it was a bad call. That they were 2 feet in. Referee said he was out. Frustration, anger. That's crazy. I've never had that. Now I can throw it. Wow. What a crazy glitch. Oh, what a catch. Timeout with 1 second left. Holy smokes. Was that teammate to teammate? Was that Vincent Jackson that made the catch? Harold Jackson, rather. Excuse me. Too many Jacksons. No, it was a Golden Eagle. Mexico City Golden Eagle. Oh, my goodness. This is the Legend Bowl, folks. They're going to take the 3 points. And it is good. Folks, that is going to do it for the first half. If you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on Patreon, stay right where you are. We're going to put the backups in for the third quarter. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll be back tomorrow. Part 2 of the Legends Bowl. A whole new set of legends. Who's going to survive? Who is going to win out? The National Conference and the American Conference, guys. They have been going toe-to-toe. Russell Wilson, John Elway. Who won out? Oh, that's it. You get one highlight here. Let's take a stat look before we get some of the other guys in and see what we got, just to see how these guys kind of finished up as we'll get to our backup players. But Russell Wilson finishes 5 of 8, 115, a touchdown and a pick. Elway, 10 of 16, 109, a touchdown and a pick. So neither terrible, but, for a half of action. I was kind of ragging, I guess, on Russell Wilson, but it made it work. And then you see numbers for Earl Campbell, LaDainian Tomlinson, and then the receiving crew. Randy Moss was the guy, 4 catches, 55 yards. All right. Watch on YouTube. We say goodbye to you. Follow us at Twitch. Support on Patreon. Subscribe. Thumbs up at YouTube. Follow us at Twitter. And donate. Help us out on Ko-Fi. Check us out at all our different social medias. We also have our Discord if you sign up on the Mega Fan or Ultra Fan levels over on Patreon as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we got the second half coming your way tomorrow. Every day at noon, new video TV Sports drops.